What's up, Facebook Live? I'm back once again with episode 32. A lot of shit going on this week in the WWE. We had the draft yesterday. We had the first live SmackDown, but the first time where it was established that it was going to be live from here on out. So a lot of things to talk about. Battlegrounds this Sunday, so I'm going to talk about that. So I'm going to just basically talk about the draft, the results of the draft, and Battleground this Sunday. What's up, Chris? Alright, so I wrote all the draft picks down for Raw and for SmackDown. I'm not going to go over every single one because, let's face it, every one is not important. And just to be clear, it's not me that's saying that's not everyone on this list is important. Is how the WWE portrays them. You know, and then of course the IWC goes on and they make their own opinions on who's a mid-carder, who's not, who's a main eventer, who shouldn't be in the main event, who should, which have you. I'm parched already. Alright. Got my Eminem going, got my Eminem music in the background. I'm ready to go. Alright. So, for Monday Night Raw, I'm gonna start with Cindy. I'm gonna start with the top drafts and just work my way down. What's up, Heather? All right, so basically here's what we got. For Raw, we got Seth Rollins. It's the number 1 draft pick overall. Charlotte, Finn Balor, the Club. That's interesting because we got Finn Balor in the Club. They could possibly reform the Balor Club, because AJ's on SmackDown, but I'll get to SmackDown in a second. Roman Reigns, the ever-popular Roman Reigns. And let me just stop at Roman Reigns for a second and talk about him. I'm going to take a back bump on my couch. Okay. Anyway, and I'm not nauseous afterwards, but let me talk about Roman Reigns. If the IWC needed more of a reason to hate Roman Reigns, they definitely have it now. I assure you, with Reigns' suspension, the IWC definitely has a valid reason to latch on to hate Roman Reigns. Me personally, I sit on the fence when it comes to Roman Reigns. I don't hate the guy. I don't love the guy. I was kind of trying to make a Roman Reigns joke there, but I failed. Anyway, I think what Reigns does is good. He doesn't need to have an extensive repertoire of moves. He's a big dude, Samoan badass. He doesn't need to have a lot of moves in his arsenal. That seems to be the complaint. I do agree that his mic work needs some work, or he needs to work on his mic skills for sure. But even then, I've said it before, with his presence, he doesn't really need to have good mic skills. As a matter of fact, the less he says, the better he is, much like Brock Lesnar. Speaking of Lesnar, he was also drafted to Raw. The New Day as a whole went to Raw. What's up, Mike? The New Day, The Big Show, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens are both on Raw, so I would not be surprised if that rivalry continues. Which I'll get to my predictions later on in the video. The Boss, Sasha Banks. Also, let me talk about the Divas real quick. I noticed the Divas were split up amongst the draft. And if the women's champion, Charlotte, is going to float between both shows, then I'm okay with that. If Charlotte is going to be exclusive to Raw, then that means the women's title is going to be exclusive to Raw. And then it's pointless having those Divas on SmackDown because they have nothing to fight for. Where did I leave off at? Sasha. Okay, Sasha. What's up, Patrick? We got Sasha on Raw, Jericho, Nia Jax. Not sure if Nia is ready or Nia is ready to be on the main roster, but she's got that Samoan I'm the Rock's cousin push going behind her. Cesaro, Sheamus, Golden Truth, Titus O'Neil, Paige, Darren Young with Bob Backlund as his manager, Sin Cara, Swagger, the Dudley Boys, which I think that should have went to SmackDown because most of the established stars are on SmackDown. Mark Henry, again, should have went to SmackDown, but he's on Raw. Strowman, I don't know why they split up the Wyatts. I really don't. I'll talk about the Wyatts later if I don't forget. Shining Stars. Kevin Owens, as I mentioned earlier, is on Raw. Enzo and Cass are both on Raw. Okay, so those are all the Raw. That's the Raw roster. SmackDown roster, we got Ambrose, as of right now, as the WWE champion. AJ Styles, American Alpha. Cena, which, you know, you saw that coming, because Cena and Styles are gonna continue their rivalry, probably, hopefully ending at SummerSlam, because you don't want to oversaturate that. Bray Wyatt on SmackDown. Hopefully this starts as a push for Bray Wyatt. Maybe he gets some sort of a major single push. I'd like to see Bray Wyatt maybe win Money in the Bank next year. Becky Lynch, what's up, Troy? Becky, I already talked about with the Divas being on SmackDown. I don't like that unless the women's champion is going to float between different shows, or they're going to have a separate women's title on SmackDown. But I don't think there's enough people on the roster to do that right now, or enough Divas on the roster to do that right now. So we got Becky Lynch, SmackDown, Randy Orton, Kane, the Usos, Miz, Natalya, Kalisto, Ziggler, Corbin, Del Rio, Naomi. I didn't know she had a job. The Ascension, Zack Ryder, Apollo Crews, Alexa Bliss, Breezango, Eva Marie, Vaudevillains, Eric Rowan, maybe Rowan and Bray Wyatt stay together. Alicia Fox, didn't know she had a job either. I saw her ass on SmackDown yesterday, because she was kind of just standing in the ring waiting for Becky to come out. Natalya and Becky will probably continue their rivalry. Dana Brooke, which I'm actually intrigued with Dana Brooke, because I want to see what Dana Brooke does on her own. And I'm also happy that Dana Brooke is away from Charlotte, because now we can see what Charlotte can do on her own. Mojo Rawley and Carmella on SmackDown. Like I said, the Divas being split up, I don't like that. The tag teams, I think, are evenly. Hey, Letitia, how you doing? The tag teams are evenly split up amongst both rosters. So I'm thinking that the tag titles will probably float between Raw and SmackDown. The women's title, hopefully, will float between Raw and SmackDown, so that the Divas on both rosters have something to fight for. Miz is on SmackDown, so the Intercontinental title will probably be exclusive to SmackDown. Rusev is on Raw, so the U.S. title will be exclusive to Raw. This is just all speculation. I have no inside or anything. Okay, that is a good point. But maybe this is Seth's opportunity. But then again, James, probably not, because Seth is hooked up with the Authority again. But, James, I'm glad you brought that up, because I think the whole reason Seth Rollins goes to Raw is to eventually feud with Triple H and possibly have a match at SummerSlam. Because if you remember, Seth's first night back on Raw, he went to shake Stephanie McMahon's hand, and she was like, no, our relationship is different now. So, I'm thinking that's going to play into maybe Triple H costing Seth the title this Sunday at Battleground, which I just gave away the finish for my predictions, but I'm gonna still do that later in the video. And I think that's gonna lead to Triple H and Seth. Or that's just my opinion. That's my speculation on that. So James, I appreciate you bringing that up, so I can get that out of the way. But maybe with Seth Rollins' eventual face turn, we could see Seth on his own, possibly. But you did bring up a good point about Charlotte. So, that is basically the draft. If you're just now joining this video, if you want to know the draft results, I'm sure they're all over the internet. You can check it out, or you can just rewind this video and watch the first half of the video. Alright, I'm making pretty good time here. I was hoping I wouldn't be here all night, and I'm already about to do my predictions. So, I'm making pretty decent time. Okay, so it's time for Battleground Predictions. This is a very important pay-per-view. It's a very pivotal pay-per-view, because it is the last brand pay-per-view, or it's the last pay-per-view that isn't a Big Four that will have all the superstars under one roof. And after Battleground, we got SummerSlam, which I guess they're going to reunite again. And then it's 2 motherfucking pay-per-views a month from here on out. I apologize for my language for any church folks that may be following me right now. But yeah, 2 pay-per-views per month after SummerSlam. That's hella content. That is hella content. Because you already Raw and SmackDown or Monday and Tuesday. So then, imagine if you got 2 pay-per-views a month. You're going to have a pay-per-view, Raw and a SmackDown, a Raw and a SmackDown, and then a pay-per-view and a Raw and a SmackDown. So, so, if that's not including NXT, that's not including the Cruiserweight Classic, which I'm actually missing right now. I wanted to watch tonight, but I didn't want to be distracted, and I wanted to give my Facebook audience my full attention. So I'm probably going to turn on a Cruiserweight Classic after I'm done with this video if I'm not too tired. Or I might get into some Xbox, Yeah, it's a hell of a deal, James. I mean, $9.99. It's like I said, it's hella content. So you getting all that for just $9.99. All right, so Battleground Predictions, people, is about to go down. I wrote these matches in the order I saw them on Wikipedia, so I don't know if this will be the order of the matches Sunday or not. And I didn't see any pre-show matches listed on Wikipedia. So I'm not even going to bother predicting them. And when I do my rating video next week after Battleground, I'm not going to rate them because y'all know how I work. I don't rate pre-show matches. Alright, so there's a tag match, and there's a lot of tag matches on this show. There's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 tag matches across the show. 2 are 6-mans. I guess their Battleground gimmick is tag matches. Because that's special, because we don't see tag matches on television. Okay, so Sasha Banks and her mystery partner versus Charlotte and Dana Brooke. I'm predicting Sasha and company to go over since they're separating Charlotte and Brooke after the draft or after Sunday. So as far as who Sasha's partner is, well, we know that Sasha returned earlier on this month when Paige was getting her ass beat by Dana Brooke and Charlotte. So the safe prediction is Paige. But I'm gonna go way out on a limb here, and I'm gonna suggest Lita. Just because. More than likely, it probably will be Paige, but I'm gonna go with Lita here, just because I want to see Lita wrestle again. New Day versus the Wyatts. Tag match, players. 6-man tag. I'm picking the New Day to go over because they're separating the Wyatts. And plus, the Wyatts kind of won their last encounter in the compound. Which you could argue was a ripoff of TNA's Final Deletion, which I guess Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt are arguing about on Twitter. Because I guess they have nothing else better to do. Rusev defends the United States Championship, the United States title against Zack Ryder. I usually like to go with my safe, well, whoever gets the advantage on TV usually loses on pay-per-view. But that's not going to apply here with Rusev. I think Rusev is going to beat Zack Ryder, probably in the Accolade. Even though Rusev's team lost on SmackDown when Darren Young pinned The Miz. But it was Miz that got pinned, not Rusev. So that kept Rusev looking strong. And that leads me to believe that Rusev will beat Zack Ryder. However, Darren Young... Did I not write that match down? Oh, I didn't even write that down. Let me write down my predictions. Guess I forgot to write that. Alright, so Darren Young versus Miz for the Intercontinental title. Miz got tapped out on SmackDown. I like what they're doing with Darren Young, but I just don't see Darren Young beating Miz Sunday. And it's not just because Darren Young won on SmackDown. I just don't see it. I don't think they're going to rock the boat too much with the champions, with the draft just being in existence. So, or just being started. So I think Rusev over, Darren Young over Miz. Becky and Natalya, both of them are on SmackDown. So I think that they're going to continue that rivalry, and it's more money in the face chasing the heel. So I think Natalya's going to go over Sunday at Battleground. No, another 6-man tag match. Cena, Enzo, Cass versus the crew, or the club. I think Cena, Enzo, and Cass go over here because they're going to separate the club. Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. I originally picked Sami Zayn to win, but I'm going to renege on that because both Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are on Raw. So I think that, like I said with Becky and Natalya on SmackDown, I think that there's more money in the face chasing the heel. Now, even though this has been going on since the Royal Rumble, well, really this has been going on all their lives. I mean, because they've been rivals for quite some time. We're best friends, yada, yada, yada. I still think Kevin Owens goes over, and I think this maybe ends at SummerSlam. They're both on Raw, so maybe if not SummerSlam, then the first Raw exclusive pay-per-view. And then the main event, what everyone's talking about, Ambrose, Reigns, and Rollins. I have struggled with this one because I originally picked Rollins, but I'm going to change my prediction again. I picked Rollins originally, but I'm going to change it, and I'm going to pick Roman Reigns, and I'm going to tell you why. Oh, Internet, hey, don't kill me. Don't send me death threats, but I'm picking Roman Reigns to win, and this is my reason for doing it. Now, this is not my train of thought. I follow Adam from What Culture. I watch a lot of his videos, and what he had to say made a lot of sense. Roman Reigns is already hated, okay? The IWC hates, probably the casual fan, I would imagine, probably hates Roman Reigns, just because. So, if you know Roman Reigns is already hated, what more way to get more heat on Roman Reigns by having him return from suspension and winning the WWE Championship? And have him do it as a heel. That is like nuclear Hiroshima heat right there. And then you can come out and say, you know, Roman Reigns is being protected, because that's what you're doing anyway. You're protecting the shit out of Roman Reigns. It still has not been revealed what Roman Reigns got popped for. Why? Because they're fucking protecting him. So if you're gonna protect him behind the scenes, you might as well just own up to it and do it in front of the camera. Nuclear heat. I'm telling you, Roman Reigns, especially. What's up, Steve? I'm about to wrap up the video. You can go back and watch it if you want. But having Reigns win the title this Sunday is going to put so much heat, especially if he takes it off of Ambrose, because Ambrose is so hot. And if they don't float the WWE title between both shows, Ambrose is going to be stuck on SmackDown, not being able to get a shot at the title. You're booing me for my Roman Reigns comment, Steve, but go back and watch the video and you'll see why I picked Roman Reigns. Anyway, Roman Reigns over. Let me go ahead and go over my predictions again. Sasha and company over. I think her tag team is going to be Paige. Partner's going to be Paige. New Day over Wyatt. Rusev over Zack Ryder. Miz over Darren Young. Natalya over Becky. Cena and Zone Cass over the club. Kevin Owens over Sami Zayn, and Reigns over in the triple threat match. Oh, that's why you're going. Okay, well, go back and watch it. I'm having Battleground at my place in this little ass apartment. So I'm sure everybody who has the internet probably, or anybody that has the internet and who is a wrestling fan, probably has a network. But if you want to enjoy the pay-per-view with some friends, come by my place and watch it. My door is always open. Jeff Hardy, James. Well, no, Jeff Hardy didn't. Jeff Hardy actually came out and announced in a promo that he had you know, he had did drugs and that he was irresponsible and he got suspended. So Jeff himself came out with that. The last person, well, Billy Gunn too. Billy Gunn this year was had some sort of steroid usage that he got bought for, and they came out and publicly said that. Anyway, back to my point about Roman Reigns again. I'm going to use Vince McMahon as an example. Behind the scenes in 1997, the whole Montreal Screwjob, it was revealed that Vince McMahon was the culprit. So instead of hiding behind it, Vince McMahon came out and just used that stigma that he created for himself by being the culprit behind the Montreal Screwjob and turned it into one of the most successful heel characters in the company. So if Roman Reigns is being protected by the WWE and management by not revealing what he was bought for, by giving him that John Cena push, then why not just own up to it, protect him on camera, put the belt on Reigns after him being suspended, nuclear heat. And then you can make... I don't hate Roman Reigns. Here's the thing. I am not RJ Turner. I do not hate Roman Reigns. I am indifferent. I am indifferent to Roman Reigns. I'm indifferent towards Roman Reigns. But I figure if the internet hates him anyway, the internet will really hate him if he wins the WWE title after being suspended. So, alright, that's it. Those are my predictions. Draft results are in this video. If you're just now joining me live and you want to know the okay. Well, there you go. It was Adderall. Steve, do you have confirmation on that though? Like, is that like confirmed if that's what it is? What's up, Tom? Because, you know, I don't want to say that if that's not what it is. Okay, so I have confirmation from Steve Fish that it's Adderall. And what did he say it was? Amphetamines. Okay. Yeah, message me the link so I can read it. But apparently he was suspended for Adderall. But nonetheless, like I said, that had to have just came out within a couple days ago. So, like I said, Reigns being suspended, put the belt on Reigns. That's going to put nuclear heat on Roman Reigns. And that's going to establish a good heel. So, anyway, Tom, I'm sorry you're just now joining me, but I'm about to wrap up my video. You can go back and watch if you like. This has been Warren's Vlog, episode 32. I've been really lazy lately and haven't really felt like watching pay-per-views to review. So, if there's an old WWE pay-per-view you want me to review, leave a comment in this video and I'll do it for you eventually. But more than likely, my next video will be Battleground review. I'm either going to do it Sunday when it goes off the air, or I might do it Monday or Tuesday. Probably Tuesday, because I'd have a chance to see how the new brands fill out. Also, one more thing. I keep finding things to talk about. This is probably not going to happen, but I'd really like to see 2 separate stages for Raw and SmackDown. Like, I get that it's you know, it saves money to just have the same universal set for every show, because then all you really gotta do is just change the LED lights to Raw, to SmackDown, or Battleground, or Roadblock, or whatever you want the pay-per-view to be. But I feel like if there's a separate set for Raw and a separate set for SmackDown, then I'll feel like I'm watching a different show. If it's the same monotonous set, I'm gonna feel like I'm watching the same shit. And with the brand exclusive pay-per-views, you have more room to be flexible with your sets. So hopefully we get a new set for Raw, a new set for SmackDown, some pay-per-view sets. Thank you, Steve. Oh, Dave Meltzer. Okay, well, there you go. If Dave Meltzer reported on it, then that's pretty much as good as gold. So I will read that article when I get off of this video. And my connection is weakening, and it's been going on and out. Super Bowl 3. What? The fuck is Super Bowl? Like the actual Super Bowl from the NFL? Or what? What is Super Bowl? Unless you meant to type Super Brawl. Okay, well, anyway, I'm Warren Freeman. I'm out. My connection's weakening, so I'm gonna cancel this video. You guys have a wonderful night.